All right. So let's get started. So let's just take a moment and just let your day come to a stop. Let your eyes take in the room around you. Let your ears hear the sounds around you. And just let yourself slow way down. This day has been driving us forward. Hang on one second, guys. Just gonna mute us here for a second. All right. So give yourself permission to just stop everything. This is a space where nothing is driving forward, but you're expanding out from a still center at the heart of this moment, this exact moment that you're living. You aren't connecting it to stories of your past. You aren't reaching forward into future moments. You're using your senses to anchor yourself right here, right now. And you're going to let that be enough. What if this moment that you're in is all there is? Can you make friends with that? Can you let that be enough? So that your body can find its own natural rhythm. So that you can stop being a puppet of all the stories of life that are driving you this way and that. So to get to this moment, I want you to watch your breath. As you're breathing in, you are aware that you're breathing in. You're aware of the images around you, aware of the sounds, aware of the feelings in this moment. As you exhale, you are riding that exhale all the way down. And let's just do that for a few moments. Just awareness on the breath. And let it be that simple. It's okay if it's not comfortable at first. It stirs things up before it cleans them out. See if you can just stay open in this moment and just let the breath move through you. Spiritual awareness begins where you stop. It's what's left when you stop pushing and pulling at the moment in front of you. And just let it all be exactly what it is. Nothing to change, nothing to achieve. Nothing even really to learn. You just unlearn the manipulations, the stories that are keeping you asleep. Now we have some new people tonight, so I just want to talk some basics. The most important thing I can tell you about meditation is that meditation is not about you. It's not about your personality. It's not even about your health, although it does improve your health. Meditation is about coming to see what you actually are. From the day you were born, you have had personalities directing your attention, telling you how to feel about everything, weaving threads of stories around absolutely every possible combination of imagery in this world. And the knot in the fabric of life that creates is what you think is you. I have these likes and dislikes. I have these attitudes and opinions. But all of that was handed to you. Most of it before you had a choice. And now you're walking through life with this system of stories that you don't know how to let go of, and you don't even know to let go of them because you think you are them. You think this is just me. It's not just you. Your attention was trained accidentally by your parents, on purpose by advertisers and government and education. All the limitations you're aware of in your life are part of that web of stories. Meditation is how you untangle that web to allow you to grow in directions that you're currently not able to grow in. Anything you can see in this world, you can become. Not all of it feels the way you think it's going to feel. But your limitations, they're a system of stories. And when you change the stories, those limitations loosen first, and if you really drive it home, they disappear. And that can be anything from limitations on what you think you can intelligently do with your life to what our basic understanding of the rules of physics and time. And I say that having seen both time and space collapse many, 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 many times. So when I say that none of it is real outside of your system of stories, I say that from experience. I've had to transform many things in my personal life to get where I am, but there have also been seemingly impossible moments where I've had to make things happen out of thin air. And if you don't have a bunch of stories blocking it from happening, the need is enough to drive the manifestation forward. All of that comes from mastering your system of stories. And the skill to do that is meditation. In meditation, we do something very simple. We take our attention off of ourselves, off of our story, off of our personality, and we place it in a disciplined way on literally anything else. That can be your breath. That can be the dish you're washing. That can be the feeling of your footsteps as you're walking down a street. That can be the sound of the wind in the sky above your head. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you are not turning it into a bunch of stories centered around your personality and yourself. You're consciously using your power of choice to participate in something other than you. At first, it's uncomfortable. The self has become like a parasite that really doesn't want to be discovered. The personality, I mean. The little self. It's become this entity that thrives on you not noticing that if you just stopped thinking about it, it would disappear. And so it gets uncomfortable and it struggles when you meditate. And your job is just to stay open. To just stay open and continue using your power of choice to focus on whatever you've chosen to focus on. And as you do that, eventually, the personality, the thoughts in your head, they start to just take little breaks from antagonizing you. And you'll find yourself in moments where there's just not a thing wrong in the world. Why? Because all of that was part of your story. You find yourself in these little gaps of freedom. And those freedom moments actually move energy through your nervous system in a way that is incredibly healing. Not just healing to your physical body, but healing to the way you perceive life, healing to the way you perceive others. Altering to your priorities in life. Just these little moments of nothing make that happen. And eventually, you can abide in those moments. And the longer you stay there, the deeper things start to transform. And when you step back into the story afterwards, you suddenly understand that you're stepping into something of your own creation. A system of rules you've chosen to participate in. And you can make some changes. You know, in our time bumbling through the world of stories, we take on responsibilities. And you mostly do need to fulfill your responsibilities. The cycles you set in motion that impact other people, you do need to make sure those people are okay. But there's about 99% of the crap you deal with every day that you could probably step away from or begin the process of stepping away from. And when you suddenly realize that it's a choice, that it's your choice, not intellectually, but you can actually see it because you've actually tasted freedom from it. You start making very different choices in your life. So let's go into meditation now. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to place your attention at the forehead and the crown. Okay, so you're going to keep your attention high in your body. And when I say that, I don't mean anything more esoteric than if you were to scratch your forehead or knock on the top of your head. Just that little awareness you have of a feeling that remains. That's all we're talking about. You're going to keep your eyes open because you live with your eyes open. But let them fall to a spot on the floor in front of you or a spot on the wall in front of you just to get them out of the way. All right? So your eyes are anchored somewhere. Your attention is on the forehead and crown. And from there, you're just going to give your attention to breathing in this moment. Notice how when your attention is on the forehead and crown, you can see the entire room at once without hard focusing on any one thing. That's the place to be. You can see it all, you can hear it all, but in a soft way. And from that place, begin to breathe. As you inhale, you're right there with that inhale. As you exhale, you ride that exhale all the way down. And you just let it be as simple as that. ask it to be anything more interesting than that. This isn't about entertaining you. It's about calming down that system of stories so you can see what you actually are. And while you're doing that, just one more little thing. Hidden within the breath are two doorways directly into the meditative state. One at the top of the breath, in between the inhale and the exhale, and one at the bottom of the breath, in between the exhale and the inhale. It's just like when a orchestra stops playing, the last note stops, but right before the audience begins to clap, there's this little gap of nothing space. That's where meditation lives. So just be aware of it. At the top of the inhale, right when you're transitioning, there's a little gap of space. See if you can catch it. It's a window into the meditative state, and all you have to do is be aware of it. And it will start to expand on its own. Nothing to manipulate. So let's just play like that right now. Attention at the forehead and crown. Soft focused, eyes anchored somewhere. Watching the breath and the space between the breaths. To do this well, you have to let go of time. And the way to do that is to let yourself slow way down. Let the world stop. Just let it come to a halt. In this breathing moment. What if you just let this be enough? To sit in this way, as if you've always been sitting in this way. As if you will always be sitting in this way. Nothing to race to. Just arrived. And as you come to a stop, notice how your environment is stopping. Let it come to a stop too. Nothing to define, nothing to hold in place. Return to the breath. deeply can you embrace the stillness? How fully can you let it saturate you? Can you let your awareness relax? So you're awake, aware, focused, but without tensing. It's more about being available to this moment, and it anchors you there effortlessly. Now, can you feel that subtle waning of attention? That's an opportunity. Relax and open back up. That's not you getting tired. It's your personality starting to close things down so that you don't have to see something new. Nothing to fight. Just breathe in this moment. Nothing more complicated than that. Your whole life story is an article of clothing you can take off at any time. To get a break, to fill back up. It's a simple shift in the attention. And the break is there for however long you sustain it. And if you can relax, it doesn't even take willpower. It just takes willingness. That peace you feel around you, that's what you are. Intelligent, resonant light, living in a world of intelligent, resonant light. And the intelligent piece in me is the same intelligent piece in you, is the same intelligent piece on every animal and insect in this planet. It just gets filtered through our stories. Distorted. You have to step out of that distortion every day. Have some time where you take your freedom back, where you remember what you are. So guys, this week, I'd like you to go back to the basics. Just the foundational tools that we've been talking about for a very long time. Anyone new? If you could even do this 15 minutes a day, it would be great. It'd be 15 minutes more than 99.999% of the world is doing. You go through phases where you meditate more than that, and then after a while, you can just take it into everything you do. And you're always sort of just titrating how much story you need to be engaged in order to participate with the world around you. And when can you just let it all drop to the floor? That skill is available to anybody in this room. You have everything you need to be able to do that. And that peace that you're feeling, it's just the beginning of a vast ocean of exploration of your actual self outside of the stories. A world of consciousness that can't really be spoken about. But the beginnings of it are a comfortable feeling in your body and a good night's sleep. But it becomes this trek deeper and deeper into the heart of God, into the heart of what we're all connected to. And your outer world starts to shift to catch up to what you're learning. Are there any questions about any of that before we end for the night? You can unmute your microphones if you want, or put something in the chat. All right, guys. I will be here next Thursday as always, and have fun meditating this week. All right.
Thanks. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.